All right, welcome back to my channel, The Awakening for Life, represent the underdog. I'll be your host, Nate, with a lot to say. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. So first and foremost, I appreciate each and every one of you for sending the birthday wishes and everything. You guys are awesome. You rock. Believe it or not, this means a lot to me. Um, and it really just shows that there is truly community. And that's what this thing is really about. And today was just an interesting day. I was able to vibe with family and so forth. And at the same time, I was able to get my nails done. As you see, they're pretty much a bit long. However, the young lady there, she was on point. She did her thing. And at first, I was skeptical. To be honest, I'm looking all around because when you're in my community, you got to be cautious. And it's almost like there's a constant, what it is, a constant fear based on what I've been looking at on TikTok and this and that. And it was so nice to walk into a place that was refreshing. And I walked up to the guy and I had to say, hey, do you service my community? Like, come on, grab a seat, sit on in. It'll be like 10, 15 minutes. We got you. And I waited there, still nervous. And the lady, she made me feel so welcome, embrace me. Hey, do you need any water or anything? And this and that. But it was a breath of fresh air. It was a sight to see. It was a feeling to enjoy, a feeling to be renewed, a feeling to be embraced. Because one side of the coin, you get all these keyboard warriors with their fingers and they typing all kind of things, but in real life, it's totally the opposite. And whenever I'm at a place and I get the kind of service and everything, because you may never know who you're going to run into. You may never know who are you going to be willing to change. You may never know that you may be the lesson to a lot of people. And I always say, hey, thank you for treating me like a human being. And I know it's really sad to say that, but I was like, thank you for treating me like a human being. Thank you for allowing me to come into the establishment or providing me with the opportunity to work for you. It's the smallest things in life that can wind up taking you very far. I always say one act of kindness is a blessing for a lifetime. And I think that we in this country, we have forgot about that. We have forgot about being kind to people. We like to see people from a distance and be like, hey, well, wait a minute now. I heard this on the media about you. So right now you're not accepted. You're not embraced. You're not welcome. I'm like, wait a minute now. You just judging me on my outer appearance. You don't know anything about me. And I feel like people judge before they even sit down and we have these intellectual dialogues like we have now. And it can make the world a difference. I've had many people that I've talked to about the current way and the current situation of things. And they'd be like, well, that's not true. What? You don't want to do this? You don't want to do. Because again, it's all what is manifested from the elites. It's all what's being sold, the propaganda, because propaganda makes money. And so I've learned to be around the people who can celebrate my success. I've learned to be around people who will clap for me. And that's honor in itself. When I was unhappy, people loved me for being miserable. But when I decided that I wanted to be happy, now they wasn't happy. Any step towards progression, any step towards deconstructing yourself, any step towards progress, redeeming yourself. So I got my tattoo of redemption. Any form of redeeming yourself gives you an edge in your life that makes you a better person, that makes you a stronger person. And that's what I'm learning. I needed to go through this journey, me personally, to humble myself. And it's always a journey that I had since I can remember, since I was a youngin'. However, when you live in poverty-stricken neighborhoods and you live in an urban area, you gotta assimilate to the culture, even if it means that you're unhappy in the process. You're adapting. And I was always told what other people wanted from me, but I never asked what did I want. And it's taken me to this point to get where I needed to be. I'm a firm believer in when you finally figure out who you are, when you take the steps to figure out who you are, you can become a better person for the people that's coming up from behind you. You can be good to them in a way. You can show them different. You can be an inspiration to them. You can be a leader to them. You can give them the courage to say, I can, I will. All those are words of affirmation. All those are powerful lessons. All those are powerful lessons that become powerful blessings. And so for a couple years now, I've taken the strides to grow. I've taken the strides to really look within myself and basically say, what kind of person do I really want to be 2 or 3 years from now? Uh, what do I want to leave behind when this is all said and done? And I'm a firm believer in change comes into the perception if you allow it. You gotta allow things to happen. You gotta allow um, the change to occur. And that's something for a very long time that I refuse to do. I refuse to let the change happen because my mind was in a state of the hood, the urban area, the projects. My mind was in a state of that, and I wasn't there anymore. And so now I get the opportunity to live on my terms, and that's what it was today. And I was able to enjoy the day. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to have full of gifts. The gift is I'm able to make it another year. The gift is I'm able to learn a little bit more. The gift is I still have time to make changes in my life. That's the gift. The gift is about improvement, calling yourself out. That's the gift. Because as long as that time is still ticking on that clock, as long as you still draw breath, you still got energy. You still got time to make changes. Because when it's all said and done, unfortunately, you have some people that are in the graveyard. And I offer my condolences to people. But some of those people, they wanted to change, but they ran out of time. And I want to be the one right now to say, okay, I have time to do what needs to be done. Why it's been afforded to me. I want to take my free will despite what I'm going through to make the big change. There's a saying, right? You can do 99 things right, but that one thing, that one, that's the problem. That could be the ultimate problem. What about the other 99? What about the other 99? I'll use myself for example, right? And I'm just throwing this out of thin air. Because of who I am in general, that's nothing but external. But what about the interior that I do have to offer? What about the love, the compassion, my ability to open up a community to embrace people, to welcome people, come as you are, stay as you are? But then you see from some society, they're going to just harp on the external appearance. Oh, you wear a dress, or oh, you wear leggings, or oh, you wear this, or oh, you wear that, oh, you do this, oh, you do that. Yeah, but what about all the other things that we have to offer? What about all the other gifts? And so I've learned to come a long way. And again, sometimes we come an epiphany in our life that changes us in order to redirect our course and where we want to be. So I just wanted to share that with you. I know I was getting a little bit too personal there, but um, throw it in the comment section. Let me know what change looks like for you. Or for those who have birthdays, how are you learning to grow? How are you learning to progress to be the very best version of yourself? I definitely would love to hear it. Knowledge is power. Power is knowledge. That's all I have. I'll see y'all next time.